What is up, everybody? What's going on? And welcome back to another very spicy episode of Yak Pack Outdoors. Now, I know some of you are clicking on this video and thinking, oh, Yak Pack's just using the Googan squad name in the title so he can get views and using it as clickbait. Not the case. Hear me out. Let me explain something really quick about the people that scream clickbait. If I titled every single one of my videos, pond bass fishing, or kayak fishing for bass, or I don't know, Academy bait review or something like that, I would never grow. Now, no other YouTuber will say this, but I will, because I like to keep it real with you guys. If you don't use, every now and then, that's not every video, it's not all the time, but if you don't use spicy thumbnails or borderline clickbaity titles, you're never gonna draw in that crowd that may not have known who you were. And like I've said before, goal number one is to entertain and inform, to the best of my knowledge, provide you guys with information, I should say. You guys, my subscribers, my loyal people, followers of the Yak Pack family. And number two, the goal number two is to grow. Obviously, it's to grow. I love doing this, and I hope that you guys, some of you clicking on this video are going to absolutely thumbs down it right away, which, I'm okay. This video is going to get some hate. I'm okay with that. But to those loyal Yak Packers, I don't know, we don't have a name yet. Yak Packers is all I've been able to come up with. But thank you to those that are going to sit here and hear me out on this topic. Anyways, I digress. In case you missed it, Mike Iaconelli has a podcast that he does, I don't know, every so often. I'm sure it's frequent. Anyways, there was a singular guy on there last night. I think another one kind of had something to do with it. But they were basically bad-mouthing the Googan squad. And nobody in that, it wasn't Mike Iaconelli himself that said it. I watched the podcast. Mike actually wasn't even on. Mikey Balls was on, one of the OG fishing YouTubers. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he may have been like the first one. Could be wrong about that though, but Mikey Balls, he's a dope dude. Anyways, there was one like random dude that, I'll just play the clip. This is what he said.
Neat. But the way YouTube is growing, and I mean, I'm sure like the pros and stuff don't like it because it's created this sort of multifaceted competition for, who's getting dollars, it's really diversified the whole fishing industry, but you can't stop like a rolling steamroller, dude.
Nah, it's not you guys, it's not you the pros don't like, it's the Googan squad.
Here we go.
Let's just
Here
be
we go.
honest.
All right.
Yeah, but
Really?
I don't
You gonna
want to
get their
get
back?
political
You
with
got
it,
their
but
back?
the reason they don't like them is because those guys figured something out that they weren't doing, and they found an audience that they weren't tapping into.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
like
guys.
anybody can like talk about what they're doing and all that. That's fine. But in the end, it's all about, no matter what you're doing, it's all about innovation and getting outside the circle, getting outside your perspective, and those boys did it, and they're making cash money, boy.
Okay, with that being said, clearly there's some hate towards the Googan squad and towards YouTube fishermen in general. And I don't do this for a living. I'm in the Army, right? That's me full time. I'm in the Army. Been in for 9 years now. Actually, 9 years almost on the dot. So I do the whole YouTube thing for fun, and I like to be able to look back on stuff I've done. I incorporate like my kids in the video every now and then. But anyways, somebody was salty at the fact that the Googans figured something out that the pros didn't, and the pros weren't like tapping into. And that's almost word for word what Mikey Ball said. And when he said it, I was like, dude, you hit it on the money. And there is some jealousy, obviously. Like, if you don't see the jealousy, then and now that's not all pros either. Look at Scott Martin. Scott Martin jumped on the YouTube train, and he ain't got nothing bad to say about it. Mike's got a YouTube channel too. I think he's got like 70-something thousand subs, but he doesn't post like it's not like a personal level like you do when you watch like me or like Alex Rudd or Lojo or AR Casting or any of the Googans for that matter. It's not like that. It's just it's just something different. So I digress again. What I'm trying to get at is some of the pros that are jealous and throwing shade at YouTube fishermen in general. They need to be really careful, because the 13 to like 18-year-old age gap makes up a vast majority of the fishing community, the fishing industry, right? Newer people getting into fishing every single day. Every single day, somebody picks up a rod for the first time. Think about that, right? Think about the reach that the Googans have. Two of them, Robin and John, they're closing in on 1 million subs apiece. That's absolutely insane. Between all 5 of the Googans, LFG now included, obviously, I was completely wrong about that, by the way. But LFG joining, they now have, you know, 2 million plus followers, and it's just absolutely insane the amount of reach those guys have. So yeah, how many 13 to 18-year-olds can tell me who Brandon Card, Ray Hanselman, Rory Hawk, Robbie Latuso, or Jason Williamson are? Like, how many 13 to 18-year-olds can tell me who those guys are versus how many can tell me who Rob, John, Perrick, Flair, and LFG are? Think about that too. And like I said, the amount of reach those guys have, the Googans and other. Now there are other YouTube channels too that are, you know, Brandon Jordan, D Almighty every now and then. D Almighty's got like 3.5 million subs, and granted he's not fishing; he fishes sometimes, but the amount of reach that those people have, in my eyes, far outweighs what a pro has, and that's my opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinions. This is a very open-minded channel, so feel free to express your opinions in the comments below. And one thing that kills me is these people that are throwing shade towards the Googans, or not even just the Googans, but YouTube fishermen in general. It really kills me. Like, we do nothing but promote the outdoors. YouTube fishermen, we promote the outdoors, and we reach to a different audience. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the same audience. And now, are the Googans excessive at times? Yeah, a little bit here and there. I mean, but that's how you grow. That's how you bring in a new audience. And also at the same time, they've worked like tirelessly to get where they're at, and they've earned that right. In my personal opinion, they've earned every bit of it. Even, you know, me posting videos 2 to 3 times a week, being full-time in the Army, like, that's a grind. And these dudes are posting like 5 and 6 videos a week. I think Rob posts every day. That is an absolute grind, especially Rob's married. He's got a kid. LFG's married, got a kid on the way. Like, it's just absolutely crazy the amount of time these guys put into promoting the outdoors. All right, now let me give you guys a quick example of positive promotion or negative promotion. You know, if let's say Rob wants to say something's good or something's bad, and makes a video on it, how many people do you think he can reach versus, you know, some pro standing on the front of their boat talking to Bass TV or Bass College or whatever it is called? You know, let's say those dudes might get like 1,000 or so live viewers and a couple thousand views after that. You know, Rob or John or LFG, any of them dudes, they have the potential to post a video that's going to get millions of views, and that's crazy. The amount of reach they have is absolutely insane. I know I've said that before, but I just need you guys to think about that. The reach anybody has on YouTube is absolutely insane. You know, any video at any given time can go viral. Okay, so the bottom line is change. Some of these pros, not all of them by any means. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm not saying pros are bad, the Googans are good, or, you know, YouTube fishermen in general are good, and or YouTube sucks and the pros are the best. Like, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying don't be scared of change. Be receptive to it. A lot of those guys don't like change because they've been doing this their whole life. They've been fishing, you know, pro or tournaments or whatever their entire life, and they don't want to see anything change. The world is forever evolving. Everything changes. You need to be receptive and accept the fact that it's changing, and not try to keep things the same. By keeping things the same, you're never going to expand. The fishing industry particularly is never going to expand, and obviously as outdoorsmen, I assume every single one of you are some sort of outdoorsman watching this video right now. We want it to grow. We want it to get bigger. We want these younger kids to get into fishing or into the outdoors period, or even somebody in their 40s and 50s that have never fished in their entire life. They watch a video on YouTube and they're like, hey, you know what? Let me go buy a fishing pole. Let me try this. You can learn anything from the internet, guys. I'm telling you right now, you can learn anything from the internet. But yeah, like I said, instead of being like scared of change or not wanting to accept change, I think the pros and the YouTubers should come together. For example, look at One Rod and Ike and Ellie. They fished together in videos. Could you guys imagine like you know, 5 Classic Series pros, or even like FLW Series pros, versus the 5 Googans? That would be absolutely epic. That would be insane. Could you guys imagine something like that? It just, everybody needs to come together and stop the hate on each other. Like, just work together and work to grow the industry together. So the very bottom line is, the Googans created a way, and people like Mikey Balls, one of the OG, like I said, OG fishing YouTubers, people like them created a way for younger people or anybody for that matter to be able to get into fishing and potentially make a living off fishing. I mean, you could probably ask anybody, you know, did they ever expect to be making a living fishing off YouTube? Any of those dudes that are 100,000 plus subs, making a decent living, you know, from making YouTube videos fishing. Your odds of that are, in my opinion, higher than going and paying $1,500 entry fees to every tournament like the pros do. Now, I may be wrong about that. I'm not a pro fisherman, so, you know, I go off what I read and what I watch with my own eyes. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Everybody just needs to come together and all the hate, like, just work together and help build this industry. Like, I want to see it grow personally. Like, I want to see the fishing industry just absolutely explode. Everybody remember watching the Googans in like early to the middle of 2016 when everything just absolutely exploded? I think like John and Flair and them were gaining like 2, 3, 4, 5,000 subs a day. It is absolutely incredible. Just with a booming market like that, it's just, let's just come together, guys. Let's just stop all the hate and work together to build the industry. But I'm going to end on that note. I don't want to seem like I'm one-sided, or I don't want to seem like I'm, you know, just rambling on, because I feel like half this video I just rambled on. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Do not forget, go ahead and comment down below with your opinions on it. Now, let's try to keep the hate to a minimum, like, you know, Yak Pack Outdoors, or you guys suck, or whatever. Like, let's try to keep that to a minimum. If you want to comment that, that's fine. It goes in one ear and right out the other. I don't care. Constructive criticism, I'm open to that. And being in the Army, like, we're always open to learn new ways to get better. Just what are your thoughts on the subject? But anyways, like I said, go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. There's a red box somewhere down here. If you're on your computer, if you're on your phone, scroll up just a little bit. It's a little red box says subscribe. I guarantee you guys know that by now. With all that being said, catch you guys next time.